I'm so glad you brought this up so we can address this directly. Whether it's intentional or not has nothing to do with anything. If I was scheduled to be executed and you took a job as an executioner, and I say that you're basically a tool of the prison or the jail that I'm in, it doesn't matter whether or not you intended to kill me or not, or if you try to use an argument to say, well, I was just doing my job. The effect is the exact same. So let's go over this, and I'm going to sub out the words that are here for less offensive words, considering this came out of the mouth of a racist. This paragraph is from Willie Lynch, right? Or these paragraphs are from Willie Lynch. You tell me whether or not they actually describe the family court system and the actual conclusion, or the conclusion of this intention being that, to develop more single black mothers. We breed 2 Negro males and 2 Negro females. Then we take the Negro males away from them and keep them moving and working. Say one Negro female bears a Negro female and the other bears a Negro male. Both Negro females being without influence of the Negro male image, frozen with an independent psychology, will raise their offsprings into reverse positions. So this is the mannish black woman. This is the origin of the mannish black woman. It was something that was required, right? As well as the process of creating that mannish black woman and the process of creating the cycle of that mannish black woman. It all comes from taking the male out of the house. Now, in this case, they were talking about male slaves, and keeping them working meant that they were putting that male slave back in the field, or maybe transferring them to a different location during a certain period of time. But this is the family creation that we had during chattel slavery. The one with the female offspring will teach her to be like herself, independent and negotiable. We negotiate with her, through her, by her. We negotiate her at will. Now, we're going to have to substitute out some words. When they say independent, they don't mean independent, right? Because the next thing is negotiate, that they are able to manipulate her at will. So if you're able to manipulate somebody, then you're not independent. What they really meant is mannish. The real word that they wanted to use by using independent is mannish. And by negotiable, they mean actually that the person is easily manipulable or manipulated. That's why they say we negotiate with her, through her, by her. We negotiate her at will. So basically, just by the fact that she is without that male in the house, she becomes more pliable to white supremacy and institutional racism. This is the just get down on the ground, don't fight them, just get down on the ground type of person, right? Who's yelling in the background while you're getting beat up and arrested. The one with the Negro male offspring, she being frozen with the subconscious fear for his life, will raise him to be mentally dependent and weak, but physically strong. In other words, body over mind. Now in a few years, when these 2 offsprings become fertile for early reproduction, we will mate and breed them and continue the cycle. This is good, sound, and long-range comprehensive planning. I'm going to say it again. Black single mothers, not black co-parents, not black widowers, not black co-parents who are trying to be co-parents and the other parent won't allow them to be co-parents, but they are consistently trying to be co-parents while protecting their children in that situation. I'm not talking about those individuals. I'm talking about black single mothers. I'm talking about the people who choose not to be black co-parents, who try not to be black co-parents because they know if they reach out their hand to be co-parents, the other parent may actually take that hand. I said black single mothers. And no, if you went to the court doesn't issue out black co-parents. You can't coerce a black male. I said this in another comment, but I'm going to say it here. You cannot coerce a black man by threatening him to be a slave of the state, i.e. a prisoner, and say that that man is a co-parent. He's not a co-parent. He is a person complying with court orders in order for him not to be a slave of the state. He therefore has a slavish mind. And do you really want a man with a slave mind teaching your children what? Independence? Liberty? Fighting oppression? No, you don't get that. You get a man who has been beat down and now he's complying. You have a field Negro who saw the main Negro get beat into a pulp and now he's yes sir, no sir out in the field. Do you want that raising your black children? No, you don't. So again, black single mothers, those who either choose to be non-co-parents or uses the tools of the state in order to coerce men to be financially beneficiary to them and their children, those individuals are tools of white supremacy and institutional racism. And this is where it comes from. This is exactly where it comes from. And it's not a situation of anything else. It's not an issue of, well, I don't know if they intended to do it, but they could. No. Whether they intended to be tools of white supremacy or not, black single mothers are tools of white supremacies. Black co-parents are not. Black married couples trying to keep their family together are not. Right? Black single mothers definitely are.